A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They find some open field here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
7. Falcons, nothing. Will Riker to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Moore, the man in motion. Looking to throw, Penix. He finds Robinson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First down. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Falcons.
Here's Penix. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
This unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
They'll throw with Penix. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on 1 throw.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 10.
Up the middle they go. Dorsey. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Anderson.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And looking to throw, Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
That is going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
3 yards.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a handoff up the middle. Dorsey. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
The Vikings 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Sam Laporta,
his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
14, Falcons 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
At the 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the day.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. A give running left now, Garindo.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
You look at this defense for the Vikings.
Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And he's going to have a Falcons first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a first and 10. Operating from the gun, Penix. Open man, that's Felton.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
That's another Falcons first down. A gain of 12. First down, Falcons.
To the air, Penix. Short throw, caught by Pitts.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now Penix.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
They'll run with Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
To the air with McCarthy.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On 1st down, Dorsey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Second and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dorsey.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Gain of 2 on the play.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs.
Throwing is McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Up the middle they go. Dorsey. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Third down from the gun, McCarthy. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, 37 yards. And the Vikings take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Falcons 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now the first carry here for the running back.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of the defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. A try here for the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game.
The score, Vikings 21, Falcons 17.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now a handoff up the middle. Dorsey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Okay, ready?
3rd and 4. Here's McCarthy.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Penix working out of the gun here. This is to Pitts on the quick slant.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Kyle Pitts
With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get in the field goal range.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
This is 2nd and 8. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That's complete to Laporta.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts
It's a gain of 11.
as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now McCarthy.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Second down and a yard.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A final shot before break. McCarthy. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, Buffalo 18.
A final shot before break. McCarthy. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Will Reichard to kick off.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's 3rd and 3.
They'll set up to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
A gain of 19 yards.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw here. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
An 8-yard loss.
All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play.
And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. I give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, There's a premium for all of that now.
They'll run on first down. Dorsey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
At the 41-yard line.
McCarthy off the play fake. To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
9 yards.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard
Back to throw again.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
At the 16-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Dorsey. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him to mess it.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. Now the try here for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Vikings 28, Falcons 24. Will Riker to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Let's go. 19 right.
Here's Penix. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
10 yards.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
He's across midfield.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now 2nd and 5. They'll go play action here with Penix.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Looking to throw, Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down the right sideline.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Kyle Pitts.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that one gives them a 3-point lead.
Makes the score.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Second down and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dorsey. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw, McCarthy. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 38-yard line.
They'll throw with Penix.
They fights him off.
Finally held down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
3rd down and 13.
Here we go. 70 Lions.
Operating from the gun, Penix. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To the air, Penix. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's go now.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Penix.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
On 1st down, Dorsey. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Check up.
Completes this to Jefferson.
Short game, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
19, Tiger, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
He's back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, Defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
28.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Get ready to spin. Get ready to spin. Viking 18.
Throwing after the interception. McCarthy spins away. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Over the middle and taken in by Laporta.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Well, the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
McCarthy going to throw again to Jefferson on the slant.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get it back to a one-score game. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the field goal means we're back to a one-score game, but with no timeouts left, I think this has to be an onside kick.
I like your analysis there, partner. I think you're right. You need the ball back. That's probably your only avenue.
And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Atlanta, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, They will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.